All right, guys, today I have a tool haul from eBay and Let Go. The first item I have in the box here is some SK tools. I'm expecting another package of SK tools that I got on eBay, and if I have it in time when I post this video, I'll add it to it. But I'm so excited to open this up, I couldn't wait. And then below it, I have an item I picked up from Let Go, and it's a really cool item. So let's get into it. So the item in this priority box is some SK tools. And what it is, the main thing in here that I wanted was a ratchet. And the reason I was looking for a specific SK ratchet is for this SK socket set that my dad had given me around Thanksgiving time. And I really wanted to build the set. It was pretty much empty, this case. It had the couple of the sockets for that period. This was from I believe the late 80s, mid 80s, when it was by Falcom, and you can see the branding on these was a little different than mostly the SK sockets nowadays that look like this, and some of the older ones that kind of look like this. It was a unique design for that era, and there was a really unique ratchet that went in here. This isn't the ratchet I put it in there. The ratchet had a little push button on it, and they are hard to find these days, and they're worth a little bit of money. These common SK ratchets, you can pick them up. They're a dime a dozen. They work great, but you know, you could pick them up on eBay for 10 bucks, 15 bucks max. You get them at garage sales for $3 to $5, $8, $10. They're very reasonable, but this one is rare. And I've been looking around for them, and they cost anywhere from $25 to $35. They're getting as high as $40 to $50 when they're in really nice shape. So I was looking, and I found one of those ratchets with a bunch of other sockets, and it was a bid, and it was only $12.99 with $6 shipping. And of course, with about I don't know, 5 minutes to go, it was me and one other guy that duked it out. So that's all it takes, is one other person that wants something you want. I was willing to go up to about $40 because with that ratchet, and it looked like it was in decent shape, was a lot of other SK sockets. It looked like a complete set of metric 12 points, 3/8, and it had a lot of other sockets that looked like I needed to fill in some of these sets that my dad had given me most recently, if you haven't seen the video. So let's take a look, and hopefully I won't be disappointed. So I slid it open, and so I wouldn't be fumbling with it on camera, and boy, wow, these are packed really, really nice. Wow, this guy is I sell a lot of stuff on eBay, and not a ton, but you know, I sell a couple of items a month so I could buy other things that I want. And I pack stuff pretty well, but this is really taking it to another level with everything individually wrapped. Here is a ratchet that I was so anticipating. I'm gonna have to unwrap it. It's like Christmas here. Here's a full set of sockets that look like it was in really good shape. I'll have to unwrap that. And hopefully all these miscellaneous, some of these I'm going to need to complete that other set. So what I ended up doing is paying $33 for everything here, which would be a good buy if it's in decent shape. And $6 shipping, $2 and change in tax. I think I ended up paying about $40, $41. I'm going to unwrap this and see what it looks like. Holy smokes, did that take a long time. Every single socket was individually wrapped. That was definitely better than it was probably packed out of the factory. And the first thing I want to show you here is that ratchet rather. And it sounds dry as a bone. I'm sure I can just get some grease in there and it'll be good as new. Just dirty. It actually looks better in person than it did in the listing. It just looked like rust in the listing, but it's really just dirt, and that'll all clean right out. It's not beat up, not banged up. As you can see, it's meant to fit in that case. That's why they has that more of that pear head design. So I think I got a pretty good deal on this. I'm assuming it didn't last that long as a design, because it really doesn't make a lot of sense with having that lever there. If you're in a tight spot and you're working something that way, you know how many times your ratchet's hitting something? That just had to be so frustrating. And I'm sure that's why it probably didn't last that long. That is a serious design flaw. But as a collector of SK stuff, I'm super glad to own it. Some other cool things. This tray, I mean, these sockets are like brand new. I mean, that's unbelievable. I love whenever I could get the trays, the vintage trays. Look at this tray. It's kind of unique the way it opens. It like kind of slides open like that. And then when you close it, it kind of just closes. It puts everything in there, holds it in place. So if you're sliding it around and moving it, has some clips on the back. And check this out. It has the price tag on it. And I do truly think that was the original price tag from a hardware store. It says $36. And the reason I say that is right next to that price tag, there was another price tag, and it's behind this masking tape, and I just can't get it off there, and I wish he didn't wrap that so I could read exactly what that said. But it looks like M and some numbers, and that probably was like a department code. Before things had barcodes and they scanned things, especially at hardware stores and whatnot, they would put the department number and $36, and they knew that this was charged to tools or whatever it was. And nowadays, this goes for about $70, $80 new, a 12-point socket set. This is what I found interesting, though. It says 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, and 18. So it's skipping a couple sizes there. The 9 and the 18. What's interesting is, of course, it was missing the 10 mil. Like, as brand new as it was, somebody got their hands on the 10 mil. But he did throw in a 10 mil, but it's a 6-point one. So if I put that in here, the 10 mil, it won't fit because he's added in a 16 and a 16 and an 18, which it doesn't call for in here. So it's just really odd. If I just put what it called for in here, it would have a lot of extra space in here. So that didn't really make a lot of sense to me. Obviously, I'll get a 10 millimeter 12 point and pull out probably the 18 or the 16 to complete the set. So it's as, as a collector of SK stuff, I want it to be the way it kind of came 30 years ago, 40 years ago. But really happy with that. And the rest of the stuff here, we'll see how it fits into my other sets here. Here's some metric sockets. I know I need at least 2 of these for one of those sets. And I might need one of these standard sockets. I'm not sure. I don't think I need any of these deeps. I think I have them. But you can never have enough extra SK sockets for different things and whatnot. And here is a spark plug socket, but it's a 13/16. So I usually have these in the 5/8 size. So that's what the sockets look like. Those obviously need to be cleaned up. And basically the way I won this was it was listed for $12.99, and I figured I put a price on it. I said, hey, figuring out everything, I'd go up to about $45 max, knowing that this Ratchet's probably worth close to $35 at least, and I would get all this other stuff thrown in. It was as a bonus. So with about, I don't know, a minute left, I put my bid in. Max bid of $40. It was at $12.99. And then this guy that was bidding it with me just kept going up $1. $1. And I'm watching it go up 26, 27, 28. And I'm watching the clock run down, and it came right down to the wire. He just ran out of time. He was bidding $1 at a time. If I would have put that bid in 30 seconds too soon, he probably would have kept going $1 till he outbid me. He ran out of time when it was at $33, and like I said, I got it all for $40. So let me show you this really awesome item I got from Let Go, and there's a pretty cool story with it. All right, guys, here it is. Is that beautiful or what? This is about as new old stock you can get, and from what the guy was telling me, he never used it. He doesn't think it was ever used. And what this is a Hanson tap and die set. And I've been in the market looking for a better quality tap and die set. I had this cheap one that I picked up for a couple of dollars. It goes for about $25 new. And I paid probably $3 or $4 for it. But it's just junky Taiwan one. It'll get the job done, but it's not going to last long, and it's a pain in the neck to work with. So I went to Let Go, and I was checking different listings on there, and I came across a Craftsman USA one from the 80s, and I really wanted to get it. But the guy was difficult. And I usually do pretty good on Let Go, and I usually don't have a problem with people, and I sell a lot of stuff on Let Go. But this guy didn't like the fact that I took too long to get back to him with a counteroffer, and he basically told me I was rude because of that. And I was just like, you know what, this guy's out of his mind. And I said, I hope you have a great weekend. And I just moved on. And it's always, that's just the way life works. It's always a blessing in disguise. And I dug a little deeper, and I actually found this set. And this set was listed the whole time. I don't even know why I was pursuing. I know why. The guy had terrible pictures of it, so I didn't realize exactly what it was. It looked like just a cheap Chinese set the way he had the listing. As I took a closer look, I was like, holy smokes, that's a Hanson superset. Now these are made by Irwin, and they're blue, and they go for about $115 new. And most of the components in them nowadays are made in the USA. But from what I read on the reviews, the fit and finish is just not the same as these old ones. These Hanson sets are often rebranded, I believe, as Snap-on and some of the other tool truck brands. This is basically a brand new set. He had it listed for $40, and I offered him $30 because he was pretty far away, and he couldn't do it. He said, it's brand new, it's never been used, but I'll tell you what, I'll meet you about 10 to 15 minutes closer to your house. And I said, yeah, that's great. And we worked out a deal for $40. And as you could see here, look at these taps. They are not used at all. I looked at all of them. They're just in pristine condition. You could even see the handle here. You could just never used. Never used. Everything's stamped on it, USA. All the components. I know when I was reading some of the reviews of the newer ones, they were saying how, some of the stuff doesn't say USA on it. Just the taps and the dies do, not the components, that they're made somewhere else, and the case is made somewhere else. Everything here seems to be USA, stamped USA. Has the thread gauge there. You can even tell just from this little screwdriver here, the tip is pristine, never used. How cool is this? The lifetime warranty on it when it was Hanson Ace. No mention of websites or online or anything like that. This is going back probably to, I don't know, late 80s, 90s, I'm thinking. I didn't do a ton of homework on researching the date or anything like that, but it has the tap drill selector, how to use it, it's all on there, and just all of these are just in great shape. Look at those dies, everything like brand new. So for $40, I think I hit a home run, and I can't wait to do a project using it. So let's take a look and see which sockets I needed to complete these. So out of all those extra sockets, I needed 3 of them. I needed the 12, the 13, and the 14. So my metric set is almost there. I'm missing a 12. Well, I have it, but I'm looking for the one from that year, so it sits at the right height. I was able to put that ratchet that was in this set in there to complete it, and I was able to pull out my Williams that I had in there for the time being. So that metric set is almost complete. I love the way that pear-shaped head fits in there. I'm just trying to get a couple more of the right sockets to complete this set, just from the right year. I got a Craftsman in there, but I'm looking for the SK ones from that year. I'll find them in time. So hopefully you enjoyed watching the video. Go on to Let Go. You never know what you're going to find. Look at the quality of these things. Never used. Just beautiful, pristine condition. The threads are amazing. When you've used a cheap set and then you got your hands on something like this, you could truly see the difference. So you never know what's out there for $40. Don't deal with the jerks. If you read the reviews and see what's out there, and if they're something don't seem right, just don't even deal with them. Go. There's always something better, and that's what happened here. And I'm so glad that guy was a jerk, and I didn't end up with that Craftsman set that needed to be cleaned up, and just wasn't the quality of this Hanson set. And this is just so cool, huh? Nice old vintage SK set, probably about 30 years old. So please like and subscribe. I'll do another video when I get the other SK tool I'm expecting. It's kind of unique, something, not a ratchet, but it's a unique SK tool that you don't see too often. That's why I bid on it on eBay. And you know, eBay, there's tools out there. You get where you could get some of this unique stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else. You got to be patient. I've been looking for that Ratchet now, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, and they just always go for too much, or they're in kits that are going for too much. And when the time was right, it was meant to be, and I was able to snap it up. So when I get the other one, I'll make another video, maybe tie in a small little restoration to that video as well. So thanks for watching and have a great day.